any time of year really, but this time especially. So how about making some meals ahead of time for the whole family? Jonathan Collins is here to walk us through. So the first one, we're going to make a butternut squash casserole.
Butternut squash casserole. So this is a main, this is a side dish, but the nice thing is it's really hearty for this time of year.
Right.
It can go into the freezer, you can make it right, like the beautiful thing is you can use it the day that you make it, but it's great, like when you're making one dish, why not make 2 or 3 and, you know, put some aside, but I'll show you how easy it is. So
okay, so people love butternut squash.
Butternut squash, acorn, whatever you like, and the key is just to make the prep really simple.
Okay.
So simply peel the butternut squash. And, you know, the nice thing about using these fresh ingredients is that in season, you know, they're inexpensive, but they give tons of flavor.
They do.
And in this case, with the butternut squash, everybody's going crazy in the studio here because I added bacon. So, like I said, generally speaking, I add bacon. I put bacon in just about everything, and I cook it, even if it's not in the recipe, I'll cook it.
Good.
So we'll tuck that aside, and I'll just show you a really simple technique. So all we're going to do is simply slice that. You can see it reveals that beautiful flesh. And if you just about 1 inch to ½ an inch, but bite-sized pieces. And
you know you're getting good nutrients and amazing vitamins. That orange, that bright orange, so good for you.
And we're going to develop flavor, so you can see how easy it is to just make a really nice large dice. And I've got that started right here. So we're going to use the technique of sauté. So I've got a little bit of butter and a little bit of olive oil in the pan, and I'm just going to go about to medium-high heat. And literally in goes the squash, and you can see how bright and beautiful that is to begin with.
It is.
And you might ask, well, why don't we just incorporate all that together and just put it in the oven? But it's at this point that we really begin to develop the flavors, and it starts to caramelize, and anything, you know, like just, you can imagine taking a bite of a raw squash, there's no flavor there. But the flavor literally needs to be unlocked, and it's sauté that'll do that.
Got it. So you want to mix all those flavors together before you even get it in the casserole dish.
Exactly.
And you're adding leeks to that.
Yeah, so the leeks are a really simple trim. I'll show you. With the leeks, you want to use just the whites. We'll take these are great for stalks, and take off the root, tuck that aside, and literally all you do is slice it in half, and then half again, and then again it's the same. It's bite-sized pieces.
Nice.
So that's easy prep. And when you saute it like this, you're bringing all of those flavors together. We've got a little bit of fresh thyme that we've stripped off in there. Of course, the fresh thyme, it just smells incredible.
So good, but not as good as the bacon.
Not as good as bacon. So I can. Let's jump ahead to the bacon. Do you want to do the bacon now?
I can chop the bacon for you.
Can you do that? Wonderful. Okay, good.
And you know, I never volunteer to help in these segments.
Except
but
when
it's
there's
bacon. So I'll do it for you.
Thank you. Look at that. So the nice thing is, again, you want to crisp up the bacon just before you use it. That's perfect. Doing a great job. So what brings this all together, I've got 5 eggs, and I'm just going to add 1 more. So eggs in, and we'll whisk that up.
And this is going to be your binder.
It is. Well, what it is literally is we're essentially making like a savory bread pudding. So a little bit of cream, and it does bring it all together. It allows you to serve it. Like I said, this is enough to have as a complete meal. But let's get assembling. And the nice thing is with casseroles, you can do individual portion, or you can do a large portion.
You gotta love this. This is so fancy when you get your own little portion.
It is. It makes it fun too, and it's easy to store in the refrigerator. So a little bit of just whatever crusty bread that you have, and then some of this beautiful topping. You can see how gorgeous this is going to look.
That looks amazing. It smells amazing. I came downstairs this morning. I thought, oh my God, I need more breakfast.
And I'm gonna
just smell the studio, and you just start salivating.
I'm gonna switch back to you for the bacon. I'm gonna let you put the bacon on top, okay?
I can do that for you.
There we go.
So does your recipe on the Cityline website actually incorporate bacon?
It does.
Oh, it does? Okay. I thought maybe you just brought it for me.
No, I didn't. So you can put whole pieces on top, tuck a little piece on top.
That's
it's really
a great idea.
There, lots of bacon. And then literally all you do is just simply, I'm just gonna add a bit more cream here. Just take this mixture and just gently pour it right on top.
Right on top.
Just like this.
You know, you hear about, we've got so many recipes for casseroles, but I really rarely see them incorporating bacon, and I love the fact that you've used the butternut squash, because we have so much of it this time of year, and sometimes you start running out of ways to use it.
Yeah, and
so this
especially
is a great
if you want
option.
to sneak it in, right? If you want to sneak it in, you don't want to have, if somebody doesn't like the taste of a whole butternut squash or the soup, this is a nice way to get those little pockets of flavor in there and make it really flavorful. So this is going to go into the oven. You can bake at about 350 degrees.
Okay.
It'll take anywhere from about 35 to 45 minutes, depending on your oven.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, so it's very quick. Now, if you were going to take this and put it into the freezer, what I often do is I take and I line the container with some parchment or with some plastic wrap, put everything in, freeze it, and then you can literally take it out, wrap that up, and just put it back in the freezer so that you can do multiple portions.
That is excellent. Give it up for Jonathan Collins.